all getting passed over when Batman retires. Like, when Bruce Wayne retires, he's just like, hey, Robin, fuck you. I know you've been my loyal sidekick since 1947, but you get nothing.
You're going to be somebody else's sidekick. Now you bitch.
Nice green tights, homo. I never liked you.
I fucked your mom.
It just seems shitty that, like, it's not Dick Grayson. I guess Dick Grayson died in, like, the 50s. I had no idea. They're on to, like, they've been through a whole bunch of Robins since him. But, like, Robin's just never he's the Prince Harry of the Batman dynasty. Like, you would think he's been his faithful sidekick. You should fucking get something. But he's just like, nope, I'm giving it to this black guy, and you just get to go back to the Cirque du Soleil, homo.
You go back to being a fluffer.
I kind of like Batman more since I found this out over the weekend. Maybe very happy.
See, you don't see, and this is the problem when they do these movies. Is Batman?
Oh, this isn't a movie thing. This is the comic book. That's the comic book.
This is the comic book.
Yeah, in the comic book, he's going to be
Batman
Black Batman.
in comics has existed since, I don't even know when it started. Was it the 60s?
1947.
Was it 47?
Batman
really?
was 1947. I know because I just did a drawing of the original Alfred for my mother's husband, because there's a TV show about Alfred called Pennyworth. I don't know what channel it's on. I don't know what channels are anymore, but there's this show about Alfred before he met Bruce's father, and it's it's quite a good little show.
I just assumed that Alfred was like raised in the barn of the family, just to sole purpose was to be servant.
No, he was a badass hitman who worked for sort of a league of shadowy figures, and then I guess when he was trying to get out of hitmanning, he met Bruce Wayne's father and started working for him, and then he became the Alfred we know and love. But this show is he's about 20 years old or something like that. He's just a fucking badass. And it's actually a pretty good show. But the point of that is my mother's husband really likes the show, so I did a nice portrait of the original 1947 Alfred for him. I spent a lot of time on it, and it looks fucking cool, but that's how I know the year, because that's why I don't know. I know fuck all about Batman, except for the movies, but I know that about the comic book, because I just learned it to do this portrait of Alfred. But nevertheless, the DC is saying Batman could be black, which, how would you know, really? He's got that black suit. But
he always has the black ink around his mouth and eyes, so... Does that mean this whole time that Batman's been in partial blackface?
Technically, yeah.
Thought about that. Batman's a racist.
Kind of. Well, you would think. He's a rich, upscale, Gotham fucking dude.
White guy.
Like, I'm trying to picture... I bet you could count the black guys in those movies in one fucking hand. I'm sure Jack Nicholson as the Joker had a black guy working for him. I'd seem to remember one. But there's not a lot of...
Hey, why is Alfred always portrayed as skinny in the comics and the original cartoons and all stuff, when in the original comic book he was kind of fat?
There has been many, many different Alfreds over the years. The artists really took a lot of ownership, I guess you would say. Like, every artist had his own interpretation of Alfred. It's widely different if you look at them over the years. And
that's true.
I never understood that about comic books. How you could Archie. I followed Archie. I love Archie, but the different artists month to month, you'd have two completely different looks to to the books. I never understood how you could do that. Like how you could just. I guess it's kind of cool, but in a way it kind of irks me too because I'm all about like consistency and they're very inconsistent.
That they definitely are.
I know they've done that. Like if you look at X-Men is a really good example. Very different over the years between different artists. Some artists wanted to give them those gay yellow and black costumes for whatever fucking reason. What else? I don't know. I don't like Spider-Man. I don't remember that happening to Spider-Man very much. I know the Punisher was just fucking every issue. I think they had a different artist for every issue of the Punisher.
Yeah, that seemed to change a lot.
And yet still can't make a decent movie. I don't get it.
Really? Because I love the first Punisher movie.
The Dolph Lundgren one?
No, sorry, not the first one. Sorry. The first remake one that they did with
Aaron Eckhart?
What's his name? Yeah.
I just thought it was not. I gotta quit crunching up paper here. I'm sorry. It just wasn't what it could have been. I was quite a big Frank Castle fan, and that guy is not him. I don't know why they can't get movies right. I don't know why they don't write movies for the people who read the comic books.
Well, this is why certain ones, like, they do get it right sometimes. This is why Deadpool was actually such a big deal, because when Deadpool was first introduced in X-Men movie, when they did Ryan Reynolds, like the first time Ryan Reynolds appeared as Deadpool, and I think it was the Wolverine one.
Yeah, I don't think people know that he's actually a crossover character. He's not.
Well, because he is, but he isn't, because they, first of all, Deadpool is known as the Merc with the mouth, and yet when they introduced him the very first time, his mouth was sealed shut, so he couldn't speak. And that just ruined everything, because the whole point of him is that he never shuts the fuck up. Right. It's always brutal, the shit that comes out of his mouth. So I think that his is one of the ones that they actually got right. Because that was a huge stipulation with Ryan Reynolds. He said, if I'm going to do a Deadpool movie, it has to be rated R, because otherwise it's not going to work. And it's got to be true to his character. It's got to be, super mouthy, never stops talking, and it's just always awesome.
And I know he felt the exact same about the Green Lantern.
No, that was just for money.
He must,
which he mocked Deadpool, by the way.
he must, that probably paid for Deadpool. So I'll give him credit where credit's due.
Exactly.
He must just really hate himself for that, because he hasn't done too many bad movies.
No, that was terrible.
Green Lantern.
That was really bad.
He can't even go to fucking Best Buy.
So bad.
It's all yellow. So anyway, Black Batman. I don't care. Whatever. Who cares? I'm so sick of fucking Batman and Joker, and god damn it, can we be done with the Joker for a while, please? It's just been too much Joker between fucking 30 Seconds to Mars dude there, Jordan Catalano, and
Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger.
Joaquin Phoenix, no, Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson go on a shelf together of amazing portrayals of the Joker. If you haven't seen the Jack Nicholson one recently, give it a chance. Quite a good portrayal, and Tim Burton really did an excellent thing with that movie. And they're ugly and they're weird, and Gotham City's supposed to be ugly and weird. He did it. I think it wasn't appreciated in its time as much as it should have been, because he got it really, really right. And Jack Nicholson did a great job. Heath Ledger, obviously, second to none. I in my opinion, they should have retired the Joker from movies after The Dark Knight.
Agreed.
Jared Leto's, I didn't like, and I love Jared Leto. I think he's a great actor. His band's kind of queer, but he's a great actor. That Joker was terrible. Plus, he's not a great actor because he's a method actor, and I don't. Method acting that's not acting.
It's becoming another person.
And Joaquin Phoenix, I'm not even going to give it a chance. I'm not going to watch it. I don't want to see it. I have consistently not liked him now for probably damn near 30 years. And I'm not going to watch his bad Joker movie. I didn't even watch Walk the Line.
That was a really good movie, surprisingly.
Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't give a shit. I don't like him. I wish he was at that nightclub instead of his brother doing drugs in the lineup. Because
a lot of people do.
I don't like the guy. I don't like his acting. I don't like him when he's not acting. I heard his Oscar speech today, and it made me want to puke in my mouth and just shut the fuck up. Who cares? I did like his stance on like the Joker, the violence in the Joker movie. Mm-hmm. He's just like, since when is it like Hollywood's duty to fucking police themselves? And like, it's just a movie, man. I like that, and I totally agree with him. Yeah, it's not Hollywood's job to be moral and fucking, we gotta be careful what we put in our movies because there's violence. Fuck off. It's not their job.
That's why we go.
We are not supposed to be turning to celebrities for any major social political changes. That's not celebrities' jobs. Their job is just to be pretty.
Yeah. And entertain us. That's what they do.
He does neither of those things, so he can go to hell. But I'm done with Joker. DC, please retire the Joker. No more fucking Joker, and take it easy on Batman too, for fuck's sakes. Like, Ben Affleck should be like the end of all your sequels. Like, as soon as you're putting Ben Affleck in, you know that's jumping the shark.
That's why they never did a Pearl Harbor 2.
Right? Like, if you ever see Ben Affleck as the next James Bond, that's when I want James Bond to end. That's the last Bond movie ever.
That's it. The only exception to that rule is if it's in a Kevin Smith movie, then it's just fine because
obviously, but
great in those movies.
He's fantastic. His character in Mallrats was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
I actually like Ben Affleck, but he's kind of he's.
Have you ever seen his back tattoo?
No.
Google it, please. Google it right now, because I want to hear your reaction when you see it.
Is it a picture of Matt Damon?
I wish. No, that'd be way better. No, but it's atrocious.
Apparently. Jay and Silent Bob are on their way back to Hollywood.
Yes, they are.
I'm also done with Jay and Silent Bob. They can go with Batman and Joker. They were funny for like 10 years. Now they're not funny anymore. And they like Jason Mewes is not aging well. He doesn't look like Jay, and Silent Bob's not looking all that.
No, he's all skinny and shit now, so he doesn't.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like kids in a parking lot, not 50-year-old dudes creepy in a mall. Like, fucking come up with a new character.
No.
What is that supposed to be?
You're
okay, it's like a phoenix or something.
Yeah, it's horrible. You have that much money and that's the crap you get?
It looks like a Persian rug. Like, you got a Persian rug tattooed on his back. Why would you